everyone. Namaste. Hi Samantha, Indra, hi Gio. Hello, hi. Hi guys. So today our topic is headstand. Okay. I will teach you, or I will share some drills and techniques with you. How can you do very easily headstand posture, which is the king of the asanas, is the headstand in the easy way. And any beginners, this is the techniques for the beginners. How the beginners who never did headstand, how the beginner can practice the headstand and improve their headstand practice. Those regular ones or those can do headstand, they also can learn the perfect and right technique of the headstand and what are the techniques of the headstand and types of the headstand here. Okay. Okay, let everybody join the live first. There are a few people still joining, so let them come. Hi, Amit ji, namaste. Vinay, hi. Mendra, hi, namaste. Hi, Kirti, namaste. Hi, Mendra, hi. Welcome. Hi, Vinay, hi. Okay, so let me tell you first, guys. Okay, these are very informative techniques I'm going to share with you. Okay, they're when we do the headstand practice or we learn headstand, they are the two basic techniques for the headstand to do. Let me tell you. One technique, some schools or some teachers they teach the crown. This is the crown, this is the center. This crown on the floor, let's say interlock here a little behind. They're keeping it like this and they're putting the crown on the floor so that neck can be straight and then leg can be straight. It looks more aligned. Okay, so one technique from the headstand we do from the crown, okay, and we make interlock behind so that alignment comes there. Okay, this is the one technique, or this is the some teachers teach like this, the headstand from the crown. There's the second technique for the headstand. I'm not talking about the modifications or variations. I'm talking the basic authentic technique and practice of headstand, how we do the headstand or teachers teach the headstand. Okay, second technique is not the crown, not the center. They use, this is forehead, okay, this is the crown, okay, forehead and crown, in between this part they use this part, the thicker part here, or the strong part, to place on the floor and hence on the center. Okay, this is the second type of the techniques when we do the headstand. Okay, so they use not center, they use little above the forehead so that they can make this strong and then they can go up. So what are the difference? You need to understand what is the difference. The difference is when you do from center, the body becomes more aligned, okay, and you feel more straight. But this is like little people feel little fear to fall over, one. Okay, and second is like this is the sensitive part. When we give too much pressure over here, center. So when we're giving too much pressure on the center, some people feel the headache, some people feel dizzy, some people's like if they don't place properly or they jump, okay, or by mistake they force themselves. It's sensitive part, so we cannot give too much pressure if you're not doing the headstand practice under the teacher or under the guidance. That's why it's the sensitive part, so some people avoid the sensitive part to place it. Okay, let's come to this part. Why people do here, second one. They do because this is a tight part and strong part. If you little hit also, if you little like not placing properly, so it doesn't give you the headache, it doesn't give you the like sensitiveness, you don't feel like a head is aching after that, or it's like slightly safer if you practice like this. Okay, they will be little bit alignment off, I understand, little bit in the neck area, but is the beginners, first timers or beginners or freshers, when they do it, they can little feel more safer here because the less pressure on the center. So that's the reason some people teach over here. So I explained you already two types, why people do practice this, why people do practice this. Okay, those joining now and you have missed the techniques. Okay, so if you miss the technique, let me tell you, you can I will upload this video on the IGTV, Trust Yoga IGTV, and we will share in the Facebook as well, so you can see all the details which you have missed earlier. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate and I'm going to explain the first technique of the headstand. Okay, the center of the crown, okay, for the beginners and for the regulars as well. Then I will explain the second technique of the headstand. Then you can practice the second and you can understand it as well. Okay, so watching it the first technique first, guys. Okay, what can be like, you can, let's say you can be next to the wall. Okay, you can be near to the wall. Then what will be the position of your hands? Let me tell you. Okay, this is interlock, right? When you make interlock, okay, what will people do usually? People, like, they make it fold like this, and they fold like this, and then placing it like this, and then they are folding like this, and they're squeezing the thumbs. No, I will tell you, let this, make it bit cup, little standing and little cup like this, cup shape. Okay, and thumbs keeps up. Don't fold thumbs. Thumbs keep it up like this. Okay, you can see this way, and these thumbs will help to squeeze your head, give the support your head to control. Sometimes we feel the vibes falling over, so these thumbs will protect you, give you the support. So these thumbs you have to squeeze to the head, then, and don't close your complete fist, don't close it, little cup, this thing. Okay, that's the one. So I'm starting from the crown first types of the, or first technique of the headstand, how they practice it. Okay, so let's say cat pose, making interlock. Okay, thumbs up, remember, interlock tight. What you have to do, elbows have to be shoulder width apart. This one, interlock, have to be straight, thumbs have to be up. Okay, do not let the elbows wide. Okay, let the elbows goes wide. What happens? The pressure comes more on the neck, and you don't feel stable. Stable which side? This side or this side? This side. You don't feel stable this side if your elbows is too wide. Two reasons: neck pain, and plus you feel not stable. You can't control, because elbows, this forearm is giving you the foundation, the control, the base. Okay, so make sure you have to keep the elbows closer, like shoulder width apart. Okay, interlock tight. Right, now I'm putting the crown. Let's say crown on the floor, and behind the support here, you see, this is the crown. This is the, I will explain the first technique, second technique, and third technique, how the first timer can do. An example is the wall behind me. Okay, placing here, thumb close, squeeze, leg straight. First thing, you have to walk closer here. Okay, till there, squeeze, walk closer. First thing, to guys, don't walk with hunchback. No, you have to keep the spine straight, lengthen your spine, walk closer. Okay, straight, walk closer, straight, like this. Keep spine straight, fold one leg. Okay, then this toe use and straight spine more, lengthen more, and this knee little up, straight spine, then straight back more, and then slowly fold other leg. Once you fold, toes touch, knees together, and straight your spine here. Okay, when you here, first you can practice this, then slowly one leg up here, straight. Then slowly you can bring your other leg up and straight. Then same, bringing knee here, this knee here, closer, and one straight, other straight. Then walk back. Then you can do little chow, rise. Coming back. So this one I did from crown. Second, I started with the four legs. Why I suggest this four leg? Because when you straight leg, there is one more technique. Without folding the legs have to be straight. The folding one is more safer for the beginners. Folding one is like gives you the more feelings, better control. You understand how to engage and completely safe. So you can start with this. Okay. Now the second technique is here. When you want to try, I'm still doing from the crown, not the above the forehead yet. Placing it here tight. You see, second way to practice it using crown, straight. Okay. Walk closer here. Stay like this. Then instead fold it, just one leg up straight here. Okay. This one, try to straight, lengthen, don't bend it. Lengthen it up straight. and pushing the hips up. You see, you can see my right toe, big toe is there, and I keep lengthening spine, pushing up. You see, okay. When you hear straight body, hold. Then slowly you can start bringing other leg up. Holding it. Then one leg down here 90, slowly down here, tuck toe. Don't bend knee. Don't bend knee. Straight. Then other leg here. Slowly bend knees and come to the chaw pose. Slowly coming back. So there is the two techniques, two ways to go into the headstand, and I'm telling you it's completely safe. Any beginners can try it in the first time. Okay, is the headstand. Okay, now I'm going to tell you there is the second, like you can say the second types of headstand they teach. First they teach from the crown. There are some teachers they teach from the above the forehead. I'm going to do this one now. So watching it now, please. You're making interlock here, right? Everything same, hand same, distance same, everything same. Now your interlock will be on the crown here. Earlier I was putting here, now on the crown. Okay, you can try, you can figure it out. I will tell you. Okay, you're here, placing the crown, elbows closer. Here, you see. Now little here. Walk closer, same. You want one leg forward. Back straight more. Then slowly, other leg. Squeeze your head by the thumbs. And once you're here, don't rush, leg up. Don't rush like this. Okay, first straight back. Straight more. Then one leg up, here. Arch. Other leg up, straight. Okay, one leg forward, here. Other leg forward, straight. Slowly round. Then one leg here. Other leg here. Then slowly coming back. Going to the immediately chaw pose. Coming back. Okay, so I explained the two techniques and two variations of the headstand which is being taught in the entire world. There's the I explained center one, I explained above the forehead. These are the two techniques. I told you why people do from center, why people do from here. Okay, those joining now missed it, please watch the IGTV. I will upload later. You can see the more details over there. Okay, now let's say when we folding the legs and going to the headstand, when we stretching the legs and going to the headstand, what is the difference? Okay, what are the feelings? Okay, and why we should do fold one and why we should do the straight leg one. Let me tell you these things. Okay, let's say somebody having the fear and you never did headstand before. Okay, so some students, those never did headstand before, some people have fear, some people don't have fear. Let me tell you, those don't have the fear, then they can go with straight leg up. One leg up, then another leg up. They can push up. Those are the fear. Okay, beginner, first time, have fear. Then fold one leg. Walk close, spine straight. Hold diaphragm. Other leg forward. Closer, then feet off. Then try that technique. It's more safer and you will not fall over. You will be better controlled. Okay, that's the difference when we do straight legs and fold legs ones. Okay, let's come to the who should do the center one and who should do over here. Okay, above the forehead. Let me tell you. Okay, there are the two things. Let's say somebody can control when they put the center of the crown on the floor, and they can make the interlock grip better, and they find their elbows can be shoulder width apart by putting the crown on the floor. Elbows can be shoulder width apart is the correct alignment. Remember, when you're putting crown on the floor, let's say some of you, then go ahead with crown on the floor. One. Let's say some of you putting the crown on the floor and elbows getting wider, or you're feeling neck pain or you're feeling uncomfortable. Let me tell you. So in that case, don't put crown on the floor. Then you can go little this forehead, little above here. Second technique. That one you can place, and then you can put the elbows closer. Let me tell you, some of you, because different body types, right? Some of you will find that one easy to keep the elbows engaged. Some of you will find that one easy to get the elbows engaged. That is the reason I explained these two techniques, and these are being taught in the all over the world by the different yoga instructors. Some prefer this technique because there's the alignment. Some prefer that one because that's more safer. That is the reasons, and these are the two basic techniques of the headstand. So guys, just practice it, and if you you can try with the wall. If you have the fear, please use wall, and you can do with the wall. And if you have your yoga instructors, your teacher, please do under your yoga instructor teacher guidance. Or if you don't have, then please just use wall, and you can do these techniques. These are completely safe, I'm telling you, completely safe. And just use every single techniques and follow it step by step. Do not rush, don't kick up, do first slowly, let the muscles memory developed. What happens, we make it slow. Some teachers suggest, or sometimes we watch videos, Instagram, YouTubes, then we watch, and then we just make it slow, and we're coming closer, we're kicking up, we start jumping up. Okay, this is like, it's slightly unsafe. If you jump up and you get the overstretched neck, and you get the cramps, get the fall over. So it's a little safe in that case. And sometimes even you're using the wall and you're kicking up, and sometimes your body slant one side. Let's say your legs not going exactly above the head on the wall, it's going one side. Your neck will slant one side. So those who have a soft neck, weak neck, they can little overstretch. So you have to remember all these things, and you have to practice all these this way which I have explained it. Okay guys? So if you have any questions, please I'm here for you to now answer. And one more thing, this headstand, let me tell you, there's so many variations. If you talk about the modification and variations, it is depend on the teacher, the experience, and students' flexibility. They can go with the open legs split, they can go front split, they can go butterfly, they can go lotus, they can go half lotus, they can go from their one hand headstand, tripod from there, they can go hand stretch. So many variations. It's depend on your experience, how your experience is. All right. So guys, if you have any questions here, you can please feel free to ask me. I'm here for you guys. Hi Vinay, hi. Hope you're doing well. Meen, hi. Amit ji, namaste. Hi Kim, how are you doing? Hi Trudy, thank you for joining the class. Hi Sally, namaste. Keep it up. Anuyog, hi. Hi Sunil. Sally's having the hairs. He wrote beautiful, helpful, and super clear instructions, step by steps to the pose. Thank you, Master Manoj. Thank you, Sally. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hi Ocean, how are you? Jenny, hi. Neha, thanks for joining. May, hi. Sumit, hi. Patricia, hi. Hi Julia. Thank you Chetna, thank you for joining. Hi Liz, hi Lily, thank you. So guys, if you have any questions, you can please feel free to ask me now. So today our topic was the headstand, because there was a lot of questions people were asking. They were saying Master, please explain the headstand technique. We can do it because there's the king of the asanas. Hi Vivian. Hi Julia. Yen, hi. Jennifer, hi. Sonia, hi. Sonia, thank you for joining in. Thank you to being here. Hope you're doing well. Hi Akila. Namaste. Julie, hi. Hi Osin. So guys, any questions? If you couldn't understand, or I hope my instructions was clear and loud enough. So if you have any questions, you couldn't understand it, or you have any queries about the headstand, so please feel free to ask me over here. Hi Rita. Julie, hi. So any questions for me guys? Those missed it, some techniques or some details from the beginning, I will upload the video later on the Facebook, Trust Yoga Facebook, and Trust Yoga IGTV. You can see over there all the techniques. And please, if you like it, and please share with your friends, and so that they also can learn, they also can improve, we also can contribute in their health. So please share with your friends, and if you like it, please comment. Hi Rita, hi. Ocean, hi. Those going to do first time, please use wall, and if your head still hurts, then you can use something like a very thin towel. Don't sometimes, one more thing is, sometimes the students use like they fold towel and they make it very pretty thick and they put it beneath the head. Let me tell you, when you're making the interlock and you're putting the towel and very thick one, okay, some people use like pillow, some will use like sometimes cushion also. When you use beneath the head and you're doing the headstand, your neck vertebrae compress. Let me tell you, your head may not compress, your head may feel comfortable, but your neck, cervical, atlas axis, they compress it, because the reason is this is the height coming beneath the pillow. This the height is there, height increased and hence below. So neck becomes narrow and hence becomes a bit lower. So that's why the little compression is there. So try not to use too thick pillow, towel or cushion beneath your head when you do the headstand. You can use very thin one, and which is like like a soft one, which is like can help little support, but don't fold the towel in the many layers. Okay, just take note. Hi Meghna, namaste. Okay, I now have a question here. So let me answer it, because these question answers will help you guys, because they are the people all over the world. They are like they practice it, and then they have the different understanding of different kind of the questions to like understand the headstand or practice the headstand. So you learn, okay, like what we may feel the difficulties, some issues, some like uncomfortable feelings, or what other techniques can be done, even more explain certain other drills as well. So Anu is here. Anu is asking, namaste sir, namaste. What is the correct technique to drop down from Sirsasana to avoid any injuries? Okay, for this one, like first you need to practice the headstand properly. Then after the headstand properly, then you need to start hanging the legs, bend knees and hang the legs over the head. Hang the legs over the head and feet wider, and keep hanging it. Start arching it. Hang first, start creating the arch more. Okay, once you start hanging it and creating the arch more, first practice that. After that, when you're here, headstand, right, like this, start slowly from here, start slowly releasing, because don't drop with interlock. Interlock, first hang. Once you hang enough, then you start releasing interlock here. Okay, then you can go down. Or if you want to go with this, then from here you have to transfer, you have to shift your head like this little. You have to create little curve here in the neck. So you are doing from here, then once you bending over, then start turning your head like this. Bring head here, like this, into interlock, and that goes closer. Then practice this, then after that you can slowly land it. Okay, that's the technique. Hi Rita, hi, come on, namaste, bro. Thank you for joining here. Hi Claudia, how are you? Hi Jane. So guys, I have explained the headstand, and please practice it. Those are the first times, and then next week I will come with a different posture, and I will explain the different techniques. Okay, so please take care and practice it, and share with your friends. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me anytime. So you can drop the message on the Trust Yoga page. Namaste. Thank you. Please take care. Thank you, Anu. Thank you. So I'll go, guys. See you next week on Sunday, 1:30 p.m. Okay, there will be the different posters, different techniques.